Welcome, my name is Adam, and I'm a mediocre driver at best. This would be the best description I could give myself to. But I also like to do some other things when it comes to sim racing. One of the things that I absolutely love to do is commentaries. I had a series mainly dedicated to doing AI races and then adding additional commentary on it like it would be a real life race coverage. In 2021, I had the opportunity to do some actual commentary on races. And I figured that when I will have the opportunity, I will try to do more as time comes on. Unfortunately, I was not predicting that the time would come at a circuit like this at the time when I would try to do a point of view perspective race. So yeah, I'm foreshadowing a lot of here, but hopefully you guys will enjoy what's about to come, because I actually ended up losing a lot of rating over this race. So here we go, guys. Wishing luck to everyone. If you start in last place, you cannot lose much.
Green, green, green.
Still, that's an awful start from me.
Yellow flag, watch out.
Already one of the cars off track. 2 cars off track. Is that Russell? Yeah, it's Russell. Unlucky Russell. Oh, one of the other primers
On your left, all clear on the left.
are off there as well.
Easy car on your left, clear on the left side. Careful car on your left. Clear left.
Well done, Adam. Good start. You'll need to slow down if you don't want a penalty.
Hold your line in the middle. Going around.
This is not gonna be my race. Not gonna be my race whatsoever.
Yellow flag, watch out.
Might have been an idiot to try to slow down there. Most likely been an idiot to slow down there. Because all I got from that is the car damaged. How's my car?
Car looks fine, no significant damage.
Then why is it turning to the right? Damaged car on lap 1. Yeah, turns under braking.
P19. We've gone out of track limits. Keep it between the lines. Okay, Adam, we're seeing lots of front locking.
So welcome everyone for the second half of this BTCC round at Thruxton. We are racing once again the Nissan Primera and the BMW M3, I believe. We have Joel in the lead currently, Michael Martin following him in second place, and then Stuart Gom in third place, Jim Toms in fourth, and Sugar Batsy, referring to him as Hungarian, or in English, Batsy Sugar in P5, had a terrible qualifying, but he's making up for it in this race so far. The front 5 are all Nissan Primeras. In fact, the top 6 all made up of Nissan Primeras. The only BMW after them, well, the next BMW after them, rather saying it that way, is Jim's Timothy, and from the looks of it, he's having trouble keeping that car in P7. Keep in mind, this man had 0 practice before the race. Hall and Bates just behind him, closing the gap. 1 BMW, 1 Nissan Primera, and 1 BMW is the order there.
Fastest lap for Martin, 1:13.7.
While Michael Martin does the fastest lap of 1:13.7. It just got the news on the radio. Currently behind James, there was a position change for P10, and just behind them. Oh, there is a close battle here. Pretty close here. Also, James in the meantime loses P7 down into P8. Just behind them there's a side-by-side in turn 1, I believe, or turn 2. James is losing places right now. Can he stay in the top 10? That will be a question. Mid-pack seems to be full of action right now. And unfortunately at the back we have one of the Jägermeister cars.
10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. Nice and smooth. Don't overdrive the car. That's half distance. Fuel levels are fine.
Thank you, crew chief, but I won't need you for the remaining of the race.
Okay, no more updates.
Michael Martin currently in the lead. And Joel is now down into P3. Didn't see what happened there, but from the looks of it, he had either a mistake or something. Oh, and Craig Gillette kinda cuts through the chicane there, up into P11. Martin is now extending the gap in front. He is now more than 4.5 seconds ahead. Oh, Gillette with a dive on the inside. Bit of a lock up, but gets the position. We have a car on the outside there. That's one lap down. That is Stefan Hovland. And we have one of the primaries from the top 6 now going down, possibly to P8, and that might be what James needs now to gain places. But he has a very fast BMW behind as well. The fight for the last places of the top 10 is quite strong. Meanwhile, we have a DNF once again. Oh, really tight in the final chicane there. And James is overtaken on the outside. Now Gillette moves up one more place. He's up into P8. The fight right here is really strong with these guys, as there's not just one, but possibly 2 side-by-sides that can happen. Which is exactly what I love to see. A 2x2 formation is always nice to see. We have Hanafia spinning in the chicane. Unfortunate to see stuff like that. Meanwhile, Gillette in P6, Timothy is the last one in the top 10. And from the looks of it, he has a lot of trouble keeping that place. The pressure on them is high. And from the looks of it, all of those cars are catching up to Nicholas Hull. Iglesias spins in the final chicane. And now he has to wait for all of the cars. We also had the spin in turn 1 or 2. I'm not sure which one it is. Haven't checked the map yet, if the first kinda kink counts as a corner there or not. Well, it technically would be, yeah. So that would be turn 2 where Iglesias unfortunately spun. Now, oh! James has trouble keeping his place, but he's now P9. If he worries about staying in the top 10, he might be able to stay there. He might crack Gillette. And Philip Glegg are still going for the same place. And Gillette slides off the track. Manages to get back on without trouble. We have another car spinning at turn 2. Would be turn 3, I think, because that's the second half of the chicane section right there. Checking on the top 5. Betsy is closing the gap in front. Car inside and within targets. Let's see if he can hunt it down. Eva Iglesias is hunting the positions down. He wants to get as many as he can. He just overtook Lorenzen for P9. P6 is currently Nicolas Hall. He has 2 cars to watch out for. His gap to Sugar Betsy, or Betsy Sugar, is quite big. And speaking of Betsy, there was a little lockup on the entry of the final chicane. But from the looks of it, he's getting pretty close now for P4. Meanwhile, we have Christensen once again off circuit, and that might be a retirement. Yeah, he's staying off track there, comes back into the pits, and that is gonna be another retirement. A lot of trouble today or tonight, depending on where you live, for this race, because essentially oh, that's a good side-by-side there. Essentially half of the grid is now either retired from the race or comes back into the pits or a lap down. The last car not to be lapped is Russo, currently in P14. And to see the polar opposite of that, we have the fight for cars to stay in the top 10. Iglesias once again losing the control over the car, slides off track, manages to get back on circuit, but unfortunately that is gonna be a really hard task now to gain places back. From what I've seen, he did not touch the wall there, so that's good. Gillette now comes back into P7. A fight that has been going on for a while now. Bit of grass section there that he touched, but manages to not cause trouble. Gillette now has a car watching his back all time. Look at how close that is! Meanwhile, Michael Martin loses the lead with only 2.5 minutes left from the race. Clegg and Gillette are going side by side once again. Amazing, and now it might be a 3-bite as Iglesias gets involved. How did he do that? Went outside of one of the cars and ended up in the middle and on the inside of the other one. Iglesias back into P7. What a move! Looking at the only Hungarian in the top 5 now. From the looks of it, the gap is still there between them. Unfortunately, it's a lot bigger now than it was a few laps before. But that might be the cleanest car and most intact car in the top 5, so good job there. Oh, we have Hannah Fish letting the cars by. It just led by P7, P8, P9, P10. The race definitely somewhat favors the Primera, but it doesn't mean the BMWs don't put up a fight. And that's what we see, another 3-1 Tabrani, and there goes James Timothy into that ball! Oh! That was nasty! That was nasty, unfortunate, and from the other cars, way too ambitious. James is now down into P13, and the next car to approach him is Russell. This might be... this might turn into a fight for the last place in terms of cars that hit on that lap. Leader is currently on the final lap. And speaking of, final lap is already finished. Unfortunately, the timing is a bit messed up once you 15 laps down. But Tim Jones comes through third place. Stuart Gunn in fourth. There comes Sugar Bessie, and from the looks of it, he might have run out of fuel. Can he finish P5 in time? Here comes Iglesias! Iglesias overtakes him on the finish line! Iglesias P5! Can Betsy come across P6? No! Just barely crosses the line without fuel to finish P6. Paul Bates come across the line P12. Timothy might come across P13, unlucky, but as he says it, that is his channel number. Only 16 cars finished the race out of 21 registered. This race has certainly been an interesting one, and I cannot find the good hit camera and go for the pit lane. Thruxton might be a tricky track to race at, but it certainly is a really good one to commentate on, and I hope you guys enjoyed at least that part of the race. Yeah, that's the problem here. What did I hit there? I mean, I would think the surface here is quite... Yeah, what did I hit there? Oh, okay, you don't really see it well, because there's actually... Okay, the white line is above the circuit, like above the road. And apparently there is a little bump here that I hit. Oh, that explains a few things. Yeah, no wonder I had trouble steering.